This is Cam from Epic Conversions, and I want to talk to you about why I fired over 5,000 affiliates and what it has to do with you. What it has to do with you. Why I fired over 5,000 affiliates. I know just saying that number out loud is like painful to me. Like some of the things that I do, like logically they don't make sense, but I have reasons why I do them, and like when you really think about it they do make sense, but superficially they don't make sense, if that makes any sense. It's kind of like a controlled burn, you do a controlled burn, back in the day they still do controlled burns, by the way. They will actually start fires to burn down dead vegetation, and the idea is that it promotes growth in certain areas. It's a controlled burn. It's counterintuitive, right? So they actually, take away to promote growth. So it's interesting. These kinds of strategies sometimes are what is necessary. They are what works. So why did I get rid of 5,000 affiliates, and what does it have to do with you? That's what I want to talk to you about today. Now, to explain this to you, I have to take you back a couple few years. I was launching very regularly on the Warrior Plus platform, warriorplus.com. And I haven't really launched on that platform in about 3 years. I've been, launching to my own list. They call that a seed launch, where I just launch to my own list and my own people, my own audience. Haven't really been doing a lot of public launches for about 3 years. But back in the day, we rewind the clock 3 years, and I spent like 7, 8, 9, 10 years launching on Warrior Plus, and I built up a lot of affiliates in that time. I did a lot of affiliate recruitment, a lot of affiliate outreach, and I had a lot of affiliates that I could, call on and tap to help me promote my stuff. Um, and it was good. It was good. It was good. And whenever I launched a product, I would reach out to like 400 or 500 affiliates to promote one of my products at any given time. I would reach out to a lot of affiliates. It'd be a lot of work to reach out to all those people and have all those conversations. But my motto back then was the more affiliates that I reach out to, the more money I'm going to make. And that was true. That was never not true. And to this day, I would tell you the more affiliates that you reach out to, the more money you're going to make on a product launch. That is still true to this day. Now, if that is true, and I was doing so well with all these affiliates, why did I fire them all? Why did I walk away? Why have I not done any public product launches for the last 3 years? Why have I only been dealing with my own list? In fact, for the last 3 years, I really haven't done hardly any public promotions. I've only promoted things to my list. Now, I've been very active. I've put out new products, and I put out new content to my membership clubs, and I put out new products virtually every single month for the last 3 years. But I just haven't done any big, public launches where I'm, recruiting affiliates and having a bunch of people talk about my stuff. Um, why did I do that? Why did I walk away from that? So a few reasons, right? A few reasons, and I'm going to lay them out for you. And then we're going to circle back around to why it matters to you. So the first thing that I would say about having a big affiliate network is, it's a lot of people to manage, and I would use the word manage loosely. You can't really manage affiliates. Affiliates are their own entity. They're people just like you. They have their own like agendas, and you can't control whether or not they're going to promote your stuff. You can't control it. In fact, I didn't even use the term affiliate recruitment. I used the term affiliate outreach. My goal was to let them know about my launch and to get a review copy in their hands if they expressed interest in my launch. That was my goal. Now, as far as like, getting them to promote, they had to decide for themselves whether they wanted to promote. My job was to make the offer lucrative for them to promote. So basically, if they promoted it, they stood to make a good amount of money. and the offer should convert for them pretty well. I did my job at making sure the offer was something that would convert for them, and also they could make money on it. The funnel was set up properly to where they could make, what I and my point was I like to make it at least $100. They had at least a floor of $100 that they could make, potential, right? There was a potential there for at least $100 they could make. Um, so like that's what I tried to do. What I tried to set it up on these low ticket product launches. There was, anyways, there was potential there. So it was affiliate outreach. But I reached out to a lot of people. And they all had different personalities. Well, reaching out to all these people and dealing with all these personalities, it gets a little tiresome after a while. It gets hard to deal with a lot of people. Ask yourself, how many friends can you legitimately have connection with, right? How many friends are like your inner circle or whatever, and you deal with them a lot? And then how many friends are just like your acquaintances and you deal with them sometimes? And how many friends can you deal with that are like your distant acquaintances that you don't deal with very much, right? What does that look like for you? Well, every time I launched, and I was launching like every month, I had like 4 or 500 people I was reaching out to, right? And I was trying to like manage all these kind of relationships, and that was difficult. Um, so I got kind of like tired of doing that. That was hard to do. So the one thing about it was, and another thing about it is those relationships, the managing that affiliate network, those relationships, like, a lot of times I would question what those relationships were. I mean, a lot of times they felt pretty transactional, like, you're reaching out to people, you're trying to be friendly with them, but it's like you only really ever reach out to them when you have something for them to promote? So it feels a lot like, I don't know, like, it feels kinda like you're using them or something? It doesn't feel like a very, it doesn't always feel like a good, solid kind of like relationship. It feels kind of like you're just like using them for promotion? And I didn't really like the way that felt. That did not really sit right with me. That's not how I wanted it to be. And I did everything in my power to make it not like that, right? Everything from, trying to like make my rounds and talk to people outside of promotions. Um, and also, like, when I was doing promotions, I tried to, like, make it a very low pressure situation where, like, "Hey, don't promote it if you don't want to, not a big deal, but I have this thing, I think it might be a good fit for your list if you're interested." And I would try to do things like that. So I would try to, like, quantify it, try to get it to make sense to where it didn't just feel like I was using all these people. Um, at the same time, you have to understand, like, when you promote people, a lot of times they will also want you to promote them. On the Warrior Plus network, a lot of the affiliates are also product vendors. They're not just affiliates. A lot of them do both, especially if we're talking about super affiliates. A lot of super affiliates over there, they are not just, affiliate marketers. They are also product vendors. They launch their own products, then they promote other people's products. So it's kind of like a quid pro quo, kind of like reciprocity kind of system. So so a lot of times you have that. So, like, if you have, like, let's look at your top 10. Let's say you do a product launch and you sell 1,000 units, and you had affiliates helped you. Let's say you had 20 really strong affiliates who helped you. You had 20 of them, right? They really were strong and they helped you. And you think, well, okay, all these 20 are probably going to be launching their own stuff within the next month or two. They're all probably going to be reaching out to me and asking me to promote for them because they promoted for me. And so then, okay, so which ones do I promote? So it turns into one of these things where, first of all, the product's got to make sense if you're going to promote it. There has to be a good fit. And second of all, usually you lean towards your top five, right? Your top five affiliates. I mean, I've even seen product vendors say, I promote people in my top five. If you can make it to my top five, I want to see what you have to offer, and I would be interested in promoting for you. I've seen that done plenty of times. So it can be very, very straightforward. Get to my top 5 before I am going to look at promotion. Um, so anyways, that's politics, right? I'm talking about politics now. These are like basic politics. Um, so anyways, I grew weary of that. I grew weary of that. So that was one reason, right? So another reason is with affiliate traffic, and this is going to be a little bit hard to explain without like me showing you a whiteboard and like mapping it out for you. But let me just try. With affiliate traffic, there's a diminishing return on investment. So what happens is, let's say affiliate A promotes for me on a product launch, and they send me 100 sales. Okay, cool. I got 100 buyers on my list from affiliate A. That's really cool. And affiliate A converted 100 people, so they feel pretty good. They promoted a lot of good stuff for me. My product converted for them, so they're feeling good. They walked away with money. Their customers are happy. I'm happy. They're happy. Everybody's happy. We got a triple win. Great. So what happens is next month I do another launch, and guess who wants to promote for me again? Affiliate A. Of course they want to promote for me again because they promoted for me last month and they did really well. So of course they're interested in what I have going on. So the problem is like 100 of those people who I got 100 buyers from them last month. Now there's a good chance when they promote for me again on product launch B, they are going to, send me email leads from their list. Some of those people are going to be repeat buyers. Some of those customers they send me on that second product launch are going to be people who bought my first product launch, right? And those people are already on my email list. Okay. So what happens is I was paying 100% commissions on the front end and 50% through the funnel to affiliate A for the first product launch, okay? And I got 100 leads. But on the second product launch, they sent me 100 more sales, but 40% of those leads were already on my list, right? So that's a diminishing return on investment. I'm still paying them 100% on the front end and 50% through the funnel, but I only got 60 fresh leads this time, even though they sent 100 sales. Okay. And these leads, it's like they could have bought off of me. They're already on my list. In theory, you think they'd buy off of me because they're already on my list, but that doesn't work because the affiliates are going to incentivize the sale with affiliate bonuses, right? Now, if you're doing the launch, any kind of bonuses you offer are going to be for everybody who buys. It's going to be on your download page. Or you could say, hey, I'm going to offer special bonuses just to the people on my list who buy through me. Okay. Now you could do that, and you could even do a pre-sale where you sell your product to the people on your list before you open it up to the public. You could do that too. Those things will be effective at like cutting down like diminishing return on affiliate leads. Like, they'll be effective. But the problem then becomes you're going to undercut your affiliates. It's like you're in competition with your affiliates now. And what'll happen is they will convert lower on your offer because half of their list already bought your offer through you, right? Because half of their list is already on your list and they already bought your offer. So what happens is when their conversion rate's lower, they don't want to promote for you anymore. They send like 1 or 2 emails. It's not converting. What do? Generally, what happens is an affiliate moves on. They move on to something else that will convert for them, right? And so and you caused that. You caused that with your pre-sale. You caused that with your pre-sale, and you made people, not want to promote for you, right? Because you already sold to the people on your list. You thought you were slick by doing that. But really what happened was you created a bad experience for the affiliate So now what happens is on your next product launch, they're probably not going to want to promote for you because they didn't convert on your last product launch, right? So what you did was you broke the rule of everybody needs to win. The affiliates need to win, you need to win, and your customers need to win. So you probably are listening to this and you're thinking, wow, Cam, you presented this scenario that sounds like you can't win. Yeah. So like for me, what happens is the way you overcome this is you got to let your affiliates cool off. So either you rotate them, right? And these aren't perfect solutions. These are, you know, okay solutions. They're not perfect. But what you do is you can rotate like, okay, well, this product launch, I'm only reaching out to these 300 affiliates, right? And on my next product launch next month, I'm going to reach out to a completely different 300 affiliates, right? For manual outreach to reach out to them and ask them to promote. Well, okay, that's fine. You can do that. But like if someone pushed 100 units for you last month and this month you completely ignore them and don't even ask them to promote for you, they're going to feel some kind of way about that. They're going to be like, yo, I was like your #1 affiliate last month and you didn't even tell me about this launch? What the heck, bro? They're going to feel some kind of way about it. They're not going to understand it. They're not going to understand that you're being strategic and you're trying to give them a chance to cool off, right? They're not going to grasp that without you explaining it to them. But anyways, the point is, and the thing is, you won't get a chance to explain it to them because they won't ask you about it. They'll just feel kind of like some kind of way about it. But the point is, so that's, and also you got to understand, even if you don't tell them about it, your new 300 affiliates, like you had 300 affiliates that promoted for you last month or that you reached out to last month. Okay. Well, this month you can reach out to a whole different set of 300 affiliates. And what'll happen is they're going to be spreading word around about your product. Well, like it's going to be the word around the campfire either way. So some of those affiliates that promoted for you last time, they're going to see this new product that you're promoting. And if they did well on it last time, they're going to want to promote it this time too. So that's not a perfect solution. You're trying to let them cool off, but they're going to try to promote for you anyway if they see that you're launching. So that's not a perfect solution. So what's another solution? Another solution is to let the whole network cool off, right? Which is what I did for the last 3 years, which brings me to the second reason I fired 5,000 affiliates. I needed to let that network cool off, right? Just really cool off because there was a lot of lead swapping going around. I had a lot of leads from all the other affiliates, not all of them, of course, but I felt like there was enough lead swapping going on to where there was a lot of diminishing return for me. When I would do a product launch, you know, majority of the sales I had, like people, like if I did a product launch and I had 500 sales, then I might only get like 150 new leads. You know what I mean? 500 sales and only 150 new leads, right? That's a pretty diminished return when you talk about like how much you're paying for leads. When you start looking at like, well, I'm paying 100% on the front end, 50% through the funnel. If you look at that, you're paying a lot of money out for those leads. So I was seeing a lot of diminishing return. So what do I got so far? I got the fact that it's tiresome and weary. It makes you weary trying to manage all those relationships. That's one. Two, there's a diminishing return on leads, right? Diminishing return on leads. And three, affiliate referral traffic. There's a diminishing return on affiliate referral traffic. And three, I had been doing a lot of marketing in the Warrior Plus marketplace, and that was my main focus for several years. And I wanted to step outside of that and do some different kinds of marketing. I wanted to do some social media marketing. I wanted to do some YouTube type marketing. I wanted to like kind of move outside. I wanted to like move away from the low ticket launch model for a little while and see what else I could get into. And I did that for 3 years and it was good. It was a lot of I was very educational. I learned a lot. I did a lot of reading. I did a lot of learning, a lot of kinds of marketing that I didn't know about before. And now I'm coming back to the Warrior Plus market And I feel like I'm a better marketer than when I left, so I think that's a good thing, it's really good. Um, so I'll give you another reason why I walked away from 5,000 affiliates was there was a lot of scammy stuff going on when I left. I won't go crazy into that. That's probably a whole other topic for another day. But um, I would just say that there was a situation where you know with affiliates you got to understand when you do affiliate referrals, when you let affiliates promote your stuff, you're taking on liability. It's your product, all right? So anything they say about your product, you are liable for that, right? You are liable for that in some small way. You're liable for that. So you're kind of responsible for how they promote your stuff. And that's actually a lot of responsibility, more than you would think. Um, so I had a couple of bad experiences with affiliates, doing the wrong kind of things. And I got really, really strict on who I let promote my products and who I didn't let promote my products, and that really hindered my ability to, you know, do affiliate outreach because I was so freaking picky about who I let promote my products. And it kind of sucked the fun out of it, right? So when I left Warrior Plus and I fired 5,000 affiliates, the fun had been sucked out of it for me. So these are some reasons why I dropped 5,000 affiliates, and I let it go. Now, 3 years later, I'm coming back to Warrior Plus, and I'm getting ready to do a product launch. Matter of fact, this is my first public product launch in over 3 years, and I want to invite you. I want to invite you to that product. It's called the New PLR Manifesto. Okay. Now, where can you find it? All right. Where can you find it? Easy. epicconversions.com/no AI emails. No AI emails. Okay. epicconversions.com/no AI emails. That is where you can find the sales page for my new product. epicconversions.com/no AI emails. Right. That'll take you right to the sales page of my new product. epicconversions.com/no AI emails. Why is it called that? It's called that because the product is all about human created content. It's all about PLR content really, but it's actually broader than that. It really is about the power of human created content. Like this content you're watching right now, this is human created content. It's about the power of human created content, why it still matters, why it's still relevant, why it's still more impactful than ever right now, and why you need to take advantage of it. Now, this product is actually, it's not like a special report. It's called the New PLR Manifesto, but it's not a special report. It's actually a series of emails. And it's a series of 14 emails. They are set up like an autoresponder sequence. So you can actually take these emails, you can put them in your autoresponder, one email to go out every single day, and it will be delivered to the people who join your email list like a course. Okay, pretty awesome. But not only that, the New PLR Manifesto, it comes with a PLR license. Okay, so you actually get a license not only to use this in your autoresponder, you get a license to sell it if you want to sell it. Okay, it's pretty sweet, and you can find more information about this new product I'm coming out with at epicconversions.com/no AI emails. Now, I told you I was going to tell you in this video why I fired 5,000 affiliates, right? And it was 5,000 plus affiliates I had recruited or I had done outreach with on Warrior Plus. In fact, I still have an email list with over 4,000 affiliates on it, right? I have an email list. A lot of people have email lists of customers. I have an email list of customers, but I also have an email list of affiliates. This is a list, this is a special list of people who I do not promote products to. I promote offers to. I promote promotions to. I let them know when there's a new promotion happening for Epic Conversions, right? So this is a very special list, and these kinds of lists, these affiliate lists, they don't appreciate when you start like promoting products to them. That's not what that list is for. That list is for letting them know about your new product that you got coming out. Not about trying to sell them your new product, but selling them on the idea of promoting your new product, right? So it's, you talk to them differently. It's a different kind of group of people. Okay. So yeah, I still have a list of over 4,000 affiliates, separate from my customer list. And I've been talking to those guys about this new product I have coming out. So, you might start seeing a few other people talk about the new PLR manifesto, because I am doing a public launch coming up here next week, and I am trying to recruit a few affiliates for it. Now, what does it have to do with you? Well, for you to understand what this has to do with you, with the affiliate list, and why I fired all these people, and why I'm coming back to the network and all that stuff, you have to understand a little bit more about the new PLR manifesto. So the new PLR manifesto is a series of 14 emails, like I told you, but it is human created content. This is not AI generated content. The new PLR manifesto was written by me as a series of emails, and I recorded myself writing all of these emails. So these proof of authenticity videos, they come with the product. So when people buy the new PLR manifesto, they're going to get these 14 proof of authenticity videos. It's over 5 hours worth of video, basically letting the customers walk with me through the PLR creation process. It's basically a masterclass in how to create a series of autoresponders, is what it is. But they get that for free when they buy the new PLR manifesto. So it's pretty cool. Now, this product, um, it's special in the fact that it screams the genuine article, right? It is really truly about quality over quantity. This is not about who can pump out the most products in a month because I'm using a faster, smarter AI than you. That's not what this is about. This is about a real human with real expertise in his field writing about his field. Okay, that's what this is about. So like, and that is quality over quantity, right? So again, when I let all those people go, all those affiliates, when I dropped them 3 years ago, 5,000 affiliates sounds great. But when you got all these relationships to manage, and when you have a massive diminishing return on affiliate referral traffic, and you got some affiliates that are like misrepresenting you and just trying to scam you for easy money and all this other stuff happening, now it starts to feel like those 5,000 affiliates have become a liability. They have become too much quantity, not enough quality, right? So over the last 3 years, I have done very, very little affiliate outreach. I've let a few affiliates promote my stuff here and there, but not very much, a tiny bit. Um, this will be the biggest affiliate push that I've done on a launch, for 3 years. Um, and I would say that I'm just dipping my toe. I plan to reach out to probably 100 affiliates, maybe a little over 100 affiliates on this launch. So I would still say it's half speed. But it's just because I firmly believe in this idea of quality over quantity. Um, AI has cornered the market on quantity. Okay. That's just the way it is. AI has cornered the market on quantity. But the thing is, and what I believe is that quality is more important than quantity, right? Quality is more important than quantity. All right. So what I'm saying is, when I put out like one good human written product a month, that is better than someone who pumps out like, one AI generated product every day. You know what I mean? It's better. Um, Quality over quantity, right? The genuine article still matters. I believe that the third generation rocking chair builder who builds rocking chairs in his barn, and there's like a waiting list to buy his handcrafted rocking chairs, um, and they're expensive, right? I believe that guy, right, is still seen as more valuable. The perceived value is greater than the factory over the hill that has robots producing rocking chairs, at like one rocking chair a minute, right? There is no waiting list. You can just walk right into that warehouse and buy a rocking chair whenever you want. It's only a tenth of the price, but it doesn't matter because maybe that rocking chair is okay, but it's not the same as waiting a year for your rocking chair that was handcrafted by the third generation rocking chair builder over the hill in that barn. It's not the same thing. Even if they use the same even if they use the exact same kind of wood, and the factory has all its robots trained on the third generation rocking chair builder, they've somehow taken drones and snuck into his barn and meticulously filmed him building rocking chairs, and now they've fed that training data into their robots, and that those robots can craft rocking chairs exactly like that guy using the same kind of wood, and they're doing it at a fraction of the cost, and all this stuff, right? It's not seen as good. It's not seen as high a quality. Now, is that third generation rocking chair builder going to lose some of his customers? Of course he is, because some of his customers don't want to wait on the waiting list. They can't wait for a rocking chair. They're just going to go for the cheaper option. They're going to ball out on a budget and go for the cheaper option. Of course, that's going to happen. And in all frankness and all honesty, that's happened to me over the last 3 years. I've lost a lot of my customers because of my, decidedly negative stance on AI, whereas a lot of my peers have really embraced AI, and I haven't embraced AI in the same way. I have lost a lot of my customers, and also a lot of my customers, they want to know about AI. They want to know how to win with AI. They're afraid of not using AI because they're afraid, they've been fear mongered into thinking that they're going to be left behind if they don't use AI. So yes, I have lost some of my customers as well, but I still have a solid customer database. I still have loyal customers, and the reason why is because I've been doing this for years. I know my craft, I know what I'm doing, and I've been consistent for years and years and years. So again, I think it comes back to quality over quantity, and I believe that that is a lesson that you can take away from this today. you know I walked away from 5,000 affiliates because quality mattered more to me than quantity, right? And as I come back to, affiliate referring now, I still have the same mentality of quality over quantity. It was important for me to walk away from that network. It needed to happen for my growth. It needed to happen for me at that time, and now I'm coming back, and that needs to happen too. All these things happen in the times that they're supposed to happen. So that's kind of where I'm at on it. That's what happened to me. Again, my product's going to be coming out this coming Wednesday. Today's Saturday. It's going to be coming out this coming Wednesday. All right, the 15th of April. And you can find it right now. You can find it. The sales page is there. It's just not open for sale yet, but you can find it. It's at epicconversions.com. No AI. epicconversions.com/no AI emails. epicconversions.com/no AI emails. epicconversions.com/ what is it? No AI emails. epicconversions.com/no AI emails. Hope to see you there next week. Drop me a line. Ask me any questions you have. Love to hear from you. Thanks so much for giving me some of your time today. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace now.